Today in history. Okay, it's July 1st, and we're going to continue with our journey to the past.
Yes, we have a couple of events to share with our listeners today, but first here is a quiz question. It is one of the most iconic figures in modern history. Princess Diana was from number 1, England, or number 2, Greece. Question again. One of the most iconic figures in modern history, Princess Diana, was from number 1, England, or number 2, Greece. If you know the answer, you can put it on our Bandi board right now or text in on your cell phone, pounder sharp 1045. That will cost you 51 to win an Usan.
Princess Diana, what a tough question. Okay, so we're going to be talking about 2 items today, and one of the items actually was already mentioned by one of our listeners. Okay, here's the list.
Today in history. In 1961, Princess Diana was born, and in 1979, the Walkman was introduced.
1961년 7월 1일 다이애나 왕세자비가 출생한 날로 기록되고 있고요. 1979년 7월 1일은 소니사의 워크맨이 소개된 날입니다.
That's so funny. One of our listeners just texted in
That's
about
right.
that, right? Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to visit 2 iconic figures of the 20th century today, and one of them actually became cultural symbols both of them became cultural symbols in their own rights.
I would agree. For the first figure was none other than the People's Princess. She was affectionately known by millions, Diana, Princess of Wales, right?
The life of Princess Diana practically put the British monarchy in the global spotlight. She is remembered now as one of the most important people of the 20th century, as you can see there on Poinan Radio right now, as well as holding an iconic status in popular culture.
And her fame was cemented through her wedding to Prince Charles, an event that was dubbed the Wedding of the Century, and which was watched by an estimated TV audience of 750 million people. That was on July 29th, 1981, that wedding took place. 750 million people watched that.
Oh, and I was one of those people. Well, she soon became one of the most photographed and followed person on Earth, people on Earth actually, featured on magazine covers, like newspaper front pages,
everywhere,
almost weekly, and was considered the most important fashion icon of the last century.
She made quite an impact for her refined manners and presence, and used her rise to royalty and fame to quickly get involved in charities and humanitarian work, attracting even more admiration worldwide.
In that particular picture we're showing on Poinan Radio, I think she's having this really nice conversation with Mother Teresa. The vast media coverage of Diana and her work have had the largest effect on the public's perception of her, as she showed a monarchy that was never afraid of shaking hands and did not follow protocols nor traditions.
And testament to Diana's influence, her funeral was viewed by more than 2 billion people worldwide, making it one of the most viewed events in history.
Ah, that's right. Okay. 자, Princess Diana. 그렇군요. 오늘이 또 생신이었군요. And now we're going to move on to another popular icon of the 20th century, one that revolutionized the way we listen to music.
And we're talking about the Walkman, and it came out in 1979. I didn't realize it was that far back. I would have guessed maybe 1985, 86. If I had to guess.
That was my graduation gift of elementary school.
Oh, is that right? Wow.
Although there were other portable devices to listen and record music, the Walkman practically introduced the idea of being able to customize one's music.
Yep, and that meant users could listen to the music of their choice on the go, and this in turn skyrocketed the sales of the cassette tape.
네, 그렇습니다. 지금 카세트 테이프 저렇게 생긴 겁니다. 그죠? 네. 자, okay, well, before we wrap up, let's check out today's quiz question's answer.
Yeah, the question was, one of the most iconic figures in modern history, Princess Diana was from, and the answer is number 1, England. So that's going to do it for Today in History. When we come back for Morning Date today, we have the pleasure of saying hello to Sarah Kate Watson-Beck, fashion designer, professor, and TV personality. Are we going to be getting some fashion tips today?
I hope so.
And
she's
hope
quite a
so
fashionista
too.
herself. You know what? And you know what? Today actually happens to be Liv Tyler's birthday as well.
Oh, really?
Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler's birthday. And Armageddon was released today as well.
The movie stars Liv Tyler,
Exactly.
actually.
So before we say hello to Miss Watson Peck, why don't we listen to this from Aerosmith? It's from the film I Don't Want to Miss a Thing.